Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. And also keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. All right, folks, here we are during Power Hour on Tuesday, November 2nd. We're going to take a look at IDEX today. Ideanomics has sort of broken out of this range that it has been in for basically all of October. And on November 1st, that had a plus 6.5% up day and basically immediately hit its head on this 213, 214 resistance level that we had charted, and is drawing back a little bit today, down over 2% at the moment, but not yet falling back into this range, which is what I'd be looking for. Now, I don't currently have a position in IDEX, but I've been watching it closely. I had a position briefly when it had jumped out of this and closed that. It was just a call option, so was just trying to get in and get out. But anyway, I wanted to sort of unpack it and see if there might be indications of a longer sustained move up, and if so, what that could look like. And certainly then, if it doesn't do that, what could be the indications that that's kind of falling apart rather rapidly. To get the overall lay of the land, certainly it's been a challenging year for IDEX. It was up over $5 at this point and just had this catastrophic fall down. And then, as you see, it also consolidated here, but then it broke to the downside, consolidated here, broke to the downside, and then just sort of made this sort of movement and didn't consolidate at all. So to me, it looked pretty solid that it's consolidating now, and this still does look decent to me. It'll, the next few days will be telling, but this is the first time in a while that it sort of consolidated in a range for a decent period of time, like a month, and then made a big bold move up, and hit its head essentially at a very logical spot, and then held that. And so even on a down day today, it's holding it's holding support right at the top of this box, which is like 201, 202. I mean, there's like fractions of pennies in here, so but 201, 202. The top of that box, and so it's holding just there today. The low today was 202. So to me, I would look for it, if it is going to erase this move and just sort of fall back down, I would look for it to do that relatively quickly, and look for it to fall into this white box and then certainly lose this uptrend support that it had developed here for at least a few days. And that would be, to me, pretty clear that, like, okay, that's not really a bullish trend that's taking shape at all. That was just a blip on the radar screen, and we're headed, either more sideways or back down some more, what have you. If it is able to hold above this box, I do think it has the opportunity to move up. I think what that could look like is, maybe moving sideways or slightly sideways and up, and sort of getting into this ascending triangle that's formed by this resistance level, like I said, right around 213, 214, when it intersects with this uptrend support line developed off of these first two candlesticks at the bottom of the box here. Now, if it's able to do that, it may make a large move one direction or another. Typically, I look for these formations to be bullish and for it to shoot up to the upside. Now, I've seen a couple recently, like I saw one with Palantir. I even saw one with Shiba Inu coin, where the ascending triangle broke down. So it can certainly happen, but I look for these to typically break up. But in any case, you see where it breaks, and if it's a strong break one direction or the other, then that should sort of like be a signal that, okay, this is probably the direction in which this is going. And it at least gives you a point at which you can try to make decisions based on whether you want to, add in, jump in, scale out, cut loss, trim, what have you. And so that's what I would be looking for to the upside. Now, there is also this slightly longer term downtrend resistance that, if it is able to break this first level of resistance here, the next thing that I'd be looking for, I mean, it's going to have a couple of thorny spots in between. 229 will probably be a bit sticky because there's a lot of support and resistance that kind of coexists at that level, like right around here. So if it is able to get past and get support at 213, 214, I'd look for 229 to be pretty sticky. And it would also be pretty sticky at this. You see there's several times where it hit its head at this downtrend resistance as it was scaling down. since I guess this really started in July. And so that would be the next like really thorny spots. And if it can get above that, it doesn't have clear run room to this 307. I just haven't plotted a bunch of additional points. But if it does get, in the mid twos, if it's able to make that type of a move, then I'd be happy to come back and try to plot some levels at that point. But I mean, I have levels all the way up here because I was tracking this way back when it was in the fives or near the fives, and it's just had a really rough year. But it seems like it could be a cool company. I know it's just having a really hard time. On the indicator side of things, that's just what I look for with the trend in the charts. Trend line, resistance levels, see if it's able to flip any of the resistance to support. MACD doing a good job right now, sitting obviously well below the baseline, but you see even tracking back here, it's making a series of higher lows and even higher highs here recently. So we'll see if this is able to continue to stretch up and make a higher high, and that would be sort of the third one in a row. Could be a good signal, especially if this MACD can get above the baseline. Right now it's at a bullish crossover, so has an opportunity for a break. Now it's struggling a bit, or has the potential to struggle a bit with the mid-range of the RSI here. So this should be telling of what it's going to do at this 50 level. You see it's plotting itself back down toward the 50 level at the moment. I don't know why that RSI just disappeared. Okay, it's coming back down toward the 50 at the moment. Now if it's able to bounce off and come back up, obviously that would follow price action movement back up as well. And then if we want to look at the EMAs, getting some support from the 50 here, which is this blue one. So sort of struggling to try to hold that, and has some additional support below in the 34 and the 12. But obviously these EMAs at the moment are in a fully bearish formation. That crossover happened here, and but it has the opportunity to have several bullish crossovers and help carry it up above that 213 and maybe even toward that 229 if it's able to string together some price strength. But that's what that would look like in my opinion. So again, to the downside, fall back into the box, lose this uptrend support line in yellow. To the upside, continue to sort of wedge out here, or ascending triangle itself out here and make a big move up, establish this 213, 214 as support, and then see about making a run at that 229 or that longer term downtrend resistance line in yellow here. Now on the data side of things, Ortex, here's sort of their page for IDEX, a bunch of return potential. I mean, that's only one analyst rating, so not much to go off of there, but it has had a decent month, so up a little over 8% on the last month. I'm sure that's doesn't seem super helpful if you're kind of stuck bag holding, but if you jumped in just about a month ago and you've made 8% in the last month, that's not bad. Utilization on the short side of things, quite high, 93. Cost to borrow, a little bit, but the days to cover are really killer, almost 9 days to cover. So shorts really taking positions and then holding them on. So that's probably making this 9.42% estimate of the free float that's being shorted feel like a lot more, because they're holding on for so long. That probably feels like a lot more sort of distorted selling pressure in IDEX. So I don't discount the pressure that those short sellers are putting on the stock as well. Certainly nothing to sneeze at. But that's IDEX as I see it. I certainly wish you the best if you're in this one, or if you decide to jump in. And like I said, if it does anything interesting, like gets support over that 229, 230 level, I'd be happy to come back and sort of do an update and plot some additional levels, look for some additional trend lines and see where it might be headed at that point. But I certainly wish you the best. All right, folks. Well, thanks a bunch for watching, and I hope you have a solid trading day on Hump Day tomorrow. And I appreciate you watching. I will see you in the next video.